Morning, afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is comment number 2. I'm Tom Flores.
I'm Travis Baker.
I'm Denise Cabral.
And we just saw
Star Wars Episode 3.75, The Rebellion Strikes First.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Oh my God.
Look at my Rebellion.
I got this.
Hold on, let me show my shirt. Yep, there.
No.
Second
There
Let's take turns.
fucking Christmas.
I don't think they can see yours, Denise.
Yeah, Denise,
It's beautiful.
Stick, you gotta.
There you go.
Alright, Tom's turn.
And I got the second Death Star right here. Boom. But yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, hype is real since the first
For this
trailer.
one, yeah.
It's coming. It's so good. It's coming to the point that me and Travis, and this is gonna piss a lot of people off. We think this might be the better Star. I think this might be the best Star Wars movie ever, and this is beating Empire. Like, this is how good this movie is. Holy shit!
It's pretty damn good.
This is fan service done right.
Done right. Not pandering,
No.
but also telling a good story.
Because as fans, we're always like, oh, how did they get the first plans? Like, you just like simple conversation. Like, how did they get the plans to Leia? And this is basically a fan film with a blockbuster budget, but done right. This is for people who read the books, played the games, the comic books, everything beyond the movies, and it goes even deeper into the television shows. This is Star Wars. And the thing is, this is a war drama we're seeing in this movie. This is a war film. Because here's the thing, the Clone Wars, yes, it was big, but it was clones against droids. Clones were made. They're almost like robots, but with flesh. Droids are robots. You can build more. The Civil War, the Galactic Civil War was ugly. And this film showed all the ugliness of the rebellion and the Empire. The rebels were not the good people too in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not always. They were just as morally concerned. Hey, don't be. Don't forget to lean into
Yeah,
this.
it was just.
The setup sucks. I find it amazing all of this coming from you because no, I'm just gonna keep it like that. You didn't like the last Star Wars movie that came out, Force Awakens. Yeah, you did not. I liked it. You did not like it, and now here you are saying that this next one is the better. You're saying it might just be better than Empire.
I think this is better than Empire. I think Rogue One is just because of what it did and what it showed us. It showed war. War is ugly.
Yeah,
and it showed actual street fights.
More than any of the other films.
Well, also, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't glorify it all. It just showed like the rebels too. Right when it opens up, we see a rebel killing his own man to cut ties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an assassin would.
I know.
That's what was phenomenal. It was like, I'm like, this is it. This is gonna show because the rebellion did some shady stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone you love will die.
Yes.
Everyone.
Spoilers!
Good job, Denise. But yeah, spoilers.
Nice going.
You're welcome.
It's just as well because there's not.
That was my fan.
There's no sequel.
That was my fan theory. Oh yeah, that was my fan theory from the get-go. I knew they were all gonna because you don't see these characters in the original trilogy.
No.
But the best part, what was awesome, is the people they brought back from Episode 3. Jimmy Smith. Oh.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith is Bail Organa.
They brought him back. And they brought C-3PO and R2-D2 back again, showing these droids are in every single movie.
Mm.
It's just, the thing is...
It was great.
This is, right now, for sure, the film of the month, the end of the year. This is, you take your family, you take anyone who's a Star Wars fan, and you know what? This is a great way to introduce them to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people I talk to watch Star Wars are like, it's kind of campy, it's whatever. Oh, people say this and that. I'm like, okay, fine. You want to see how really good Star Wars can be? Watch this film.
This is the film. Yeah, this is the cool Star Wars film, and not in a way, not in a way that's stupid, like DC tried to make their superheroes cool.
Yeah, no, this was a great prequel after the prequels. This is basically just a setup for New Hope. This movie is just a setup for New Hope. This is all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is why it's.
This is why I say this is a fan movie. This is a fan film with a blockbuster budget, but this is how you do fan service.
Yeah.
Like, okay, with Episode 7, the problems they had, what they were doing for the fan service there, they got it right here.
Yeah. I have we were talking about, because as I was watching this movie, I'm thinking, I really want to play some Battlefront.
Oh my God,
the
yes.
Old Battlefront.
For everyone who played the first Battlefront, you're gonna be like, I need to play Battlefront again. You're like, oh, so the people who made this film were big Battlefront players.
It would not surprise me if Gareth Edwards was a Battlefront fan.
Yeah, because the land battle and the space battle in the third act, that was so heavily Battlefront influenced. Battlefront 2 because of the space battle.
Oh God,
but it was you're like, this is Battlefront. And it was in that show, like it's a battle, it's war.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, the beachhead battle.
The battle in the third act might just be I think once and for all, this is to date the best space battle ever put on screen. Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on.
You feel it?
It's big. There's a lot of stakes.
And you actually also too, when they show that admiral, that other Mon Calamari, in his flagship, he's kind of freaking out a little bit, like trying to.
Yeah.
You feel the urgency.
And they're making great use of, because obviously, I think the entire battle is CG. But it looks good. This is the time of year where they finally perfected it to make it look really good, and they use the CG in ways to enhance it in ways that they couldn't do in 1983 with what was probably the previous best
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
For the second, over Endor, the moon of,
They basically just upped that.
Yeah, and it was perfect. I mean, it was. You felt the intensity of the land and air battle because space battle, because it was just like, oh my gosh.
And there was more stuff you could do with today's technology. More stuff they could show ships doing, and more kinds of tactics you can show being done.
Yeah, and that's what you need to, and that's what this film needed to show, that it was a suicide mission from the get-go too.
Yeah.
It was great. And now, to start off, we're going to talk about what we said about the fan service. The big one is the Jedi crystals. What they talk about, crystals that are used to power a Jedi's lightsaber.
That was interesting.
That's what's used to power the Death Star. Now, a lot of people I know when I talked to before this movie, they already knew that just from reading the books, the games, lore, just talking to people, like the theory.
Yeah,
but right here,
for somebody who didn't read the books, that was something that was
and here
a
they
little
just
bit
they just
more-
solidified it. They just said, yeah, this is true, and this is great for people who do not read Star Wars books or comics or play the games beyond Battlefront, because Battlefront was mostly like everyone played it.
Yeah.
But like the other Star Wars games, this brought to the audience a lot more lore to the Star Wars universe, and for everyone just to be like, oh my gosh, that's the same thing. That's crazy. Like the Jedi crystals that the Empire was mining to use for the Death Star, same ones used in the lightsaber, and I was like, whoa. How it can be used for good and evil, all this elements of the crystal and everything. And then that also too, they not only showed a Jedi temple, because you see that. You okay, Denise?
She's trying to do what I did.
They show in the trailers, you see remnants of a Jedi temple. They show that, and that was phenomenal. But
Jedi.
they also show a Sith temple.
That's beautiful.
That was the best part. And there's Vader in the Sith temple, and then we see him out of the suit.
Yeah.
Just for a moment.
For a moment.
For a
That's all
moment.
enough to where you got to learn just a tidbit more about Vader.
Yeah, and this was before he turned that paley white you see in Return of the Jedi. He still has his color and everything. It's like,
he still has just a little bit of color left in all of his veins, and it's like...
And
Probably because he hadn't been to that place in a while.
Yeah, and you can see the scars still from the burn he had with Obi-Wan and Mustafar.
Yeah.
And all the fan service is great. Like, okay, the droids are back. That was nice. You see Bill Organa, Mon Mothma. But then a little other thing, Red Leader. And me and Travis were talking about Red Leader from A New Hope. What was one of his famous lines again, Travis?
I don't remember.
It came from behind, or
I don't remember if it was that guy. Like, it came from behind. I don't know if that was them. That's
or
just
impacted off the surface. That one. Negative. It just impacted. But they brought that actor back, and Red Leader's back. And I was like, oh my god, it's Red Leader. Like, I knew he looked familiar. I'm like,
there's a lot of people they brought back for
from the original trilogy.
Either
just facial CGI.
Oh yeah. Speaking of what Travis was saying about CGI.
Oh my god.
They bring back Governor Tarkin.
They bring back Grand Moff Tarkin.
And it was a little eerie.
Whoa.
It was really freaky.
That was
eerie.
weird. Like, in a good way, but that was creepy.
And you get used to it for the rest of the film, but it's still like, oh my god, it's him.
I can kind of tell it was a CGI Peter Cushing.
Oh yeah.
I think the best one was his first appearance though, because there was like nice low light on him.
And at first you're like, oh, it's him, and you're just gonna see his back. Okay, I'm cool with that.
No, he turns around. That's Peter Cushing's face.
I freaked out because I'm like, oh my god,
that's a dead man's face we're looking at.
And the lip, every movement of his mouth, his lip, his eyeball, you're like, it's him. It's really him. And then they did this.
That was weird.
Oh my gosh, it was so great. And then they had him do his famous line towards the end. It was like, you may fire when ready. I was like, fan service.
I wonder. We have to look at. Do they get a voice actor to just imitate his voice?
I bet, because like, I mean, besides that, you may fire when ready. I mean,
I could have just took that out of New Hope.
And another part that was great
that audio file.
is we all know Vader is a badass, but in this film,
you don't see him very much, but when you do see him,
at the end, he's just a brick shithouse. And the thing,
he's terrifying in the end.
When you see him come up and you see his red lightsaber like just go on and glow, you're like, oh, it's gonna cut, and you're gonna just be like, oh, the rebels he was with, they're gone. No,
but no, he fucking takes out the entire.
He takes like 2 squads. He takes off 2 squads. And the thing is, it was scary, like, and at that point I'm asking, okay, you need to cut to black now. Cut. This is freaking.
Cut to the blue titles.
But they kept going.
He threw him up in a wall. He crushed him.
Because they didn't tie up the bow yet.
I know.
They needed to tie that bow for the very end to show. And this before New Hope.
And it shows this is the first Star Wars film.
Don't be bitching about spoilers, okay? If you've seen Episode 4, you know how this is supposed to end.
And it's phrased that this is the first Star Wars film, no lightsaber battle. And it's
no
perfect.
Lightsaber battle.
They show a lightsaber because that's true. Lightsaber is key to the Star Wars universe. But they don't show a battle, and you don't need it.
You really don't need it.
So this shows that, for example, the Han Solo standalone movie, we don't need a lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
They might not even see one in the upcoming Star Wars a Star Wars story film in that anthology.
Yeah, the next anthology.
But this shows you don't need a battle, and it works perfectly. It's really all about this time it was about the Rebel Alliance and how their plans they're forming. They're still trying to get together. They're fighting amongst each other. They're still doing stuff that's very shady and immoral, like the Empire.
Yeah.
And what's great about the Empire, the Death Stars were pearly white, and I love that little detail. Like, they're not gray; they were pearly white. And
it reminded me of like looking. I was thinking for a second, like, did they build a model? I mean, they probably didn't, but I just kept wondering, like, did they go open up their old studio at ILM and just like, we got to build a model Death Star again and film it on a blue screen? Because that's how good it looked. It looked fresh out of like the plastic design table.
And it was not the gray we're used to. It was white, almost pearly white.
It was shiny. It looked.
And that was nice to see that because I was like, whoa.
It had to have been the lighting. It had to have been how they digitally lit it.
Yeah, but it was so nice to see that. It's like, because it shows like the Empire's like strength and power at that time, that like cleanness of it all.
They got shiny new fascist space triangles.
Yeah, destructive. And overall, really, this is a great film. Take everyone to see it.
Take your grandmother.
Yeah, this is for definitely.
Would you want to take small children to see this movie?
I would not.
It's pretty violent.
Okay, here's the thing. I love my 4-year-old nephew. I love him, and he absolutely loves Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, so yeah, that's why.
So I probably would take him because. Number one, he just flipping loves Vader. Like, no, I think his parents would actually. I think my brother would actually be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and take him."
There's just okay.
No, but seriously, I know. I think maybe, just maybe, he would be able to do it. But then again, I'm kind of wondering. He might actually take the violence, so maybe wait a couple of years.
This is an ugly. It's an ugly scene. There's some ugly, gritty scenes.
Yeah, there's no gore. There's no blood, but still, there's a lot of explosions, a lot of people getting shot,
and a lot of people die.
A lot of people die, yeah. A lot of like really ugly ways people get shot at too.
Oh, one was a crotch shot from the lead.
Yeah, and one of them I think was just like
a headshot,
like a rifle stuck right to the plastic
eye socket part,
like the eye socket part of the stormtrooper helmet, and boom. Again, no gore, no blood, but it's just like
the imagery.
And
it actually, since you're saying that, it shows like kind of like what we said about our review for Deep Water. a PG-13 movie can get away with a lot more than R-rated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And for PG-13, there was some intense, freaky stuff, scary stuff, intense
opinion,
stuff.
It just
Tom
shows
was
that
jumping out of the seat the entire time.
And it showed the destructive power of Vader alone. Yeah, I was nerdgasming so hard.
Thank God we were sitting in the back row. Otherwise, the people behind us would have been so mad.
I would have got kicked out.
He probably would have gotten kicked. Yeah.
And here'd be me being like, "Oh, he gets to get kicked out of the theater for being engaged with the movie," but the motherfucker sitting on my right that kept on pulling his goddamn phone.
No, seriously, like I was about to drop him.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to create a problem. I want to keep watching the movie.
I was about to drop him.
I don't want to start something, but he seriously needed to put his phone away.
Yeah, phone off in the theater.
Because it's just this bright light in my like blur spot, my blind spot right here, and like he thinks he's covering up because I see his hand. He thinks he's covering up. He's not doing jack shit.
Nope.
It's just like I can see it.
Nope.
It wasn't good.
What did you like about it, Denise? Like, what was something you like really stood out for you?
What really stood out for me was there's this one character who I absolutely loved because I'm a martial artist, so certain fight scenes will really stick out to me, especially like hand-to-hand combat. What I absolutely loved was there's this blind character.
Oh, our force sensitive character, yeah.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
No, he's more like
he pretty much was.
No, he's tough. He's more tough for me. Anyway, I love the way that he used his bow staff, and not only just like
not his walking stick, like, but the one that's shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
His bow staff. I mean, his skills were amazing. And just looking at that and looking at how resourceful he was with it. Not only, like, the rifle part, but actually just watching him strike. Watching all of his movements, watching the way that he blocked different shots. And he's fucking blind, too.
He was,
well, you know,
he did a good job acting blind, too.
I really just enjoyed that. And seeing that kind of made my day.
Yeah.
This had a great group of characters.
Oh, this was definitely a great ensemble cast.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
You had the defector. The Imperial defector, you had the one rebel captain basically trying to become a captain, you had the one girl who doesn't want anything to do with the rebellion, you had two buddies, one who's force sensitive, and the one, I feel like he's almost like a reminiscence of the Clone Wars because of the way his armor looked and how old his gun. It's just slightly.
Okay.
Slight. And then you have a robot. And what I liked about the robot is, once again, in any sci-fi...
Played by Alan Tudyk.
He's just...
hanging around Walt Disney Studios again.
This time he's
looking
not
for
a
another voice
stupid
actor
chicken.
role.
I like how they hit more on, when it's sci-fi film, regardless of what it is, but with Star Wars, they hit more on that AI feeling. Like, where it's like a sentient being where you don't know, is it a robotic, or like the Turing test. Mm-hmm. And Alan Tudyk is kind of funny, the actor's name. But
Alan Tudyk,
you saw, this character for a robot, he had a lot of life. And he brought a lot to the table. He was funny.
He was
annoyingly
really
funny.
Sassy.
Oh, yeah.
He was so fucking sassy.
But he was also, too, what he did to retrieve information was a little disturbing. Like, there's another robot. There's a scene with another robot that looks like him.
Oh, yeah.
And to extract information, he has a little, like, probe thing comes out, kind of like R2-D2, and he just shoves it in the back of his skull. And that was a little much to, like, that was,
I don't know, I just kind of went, that makes sense.
But it was a little like, well, okay, we're doing...
Yeah,
but
again,
you see,
just...
I also kind of went, that
just
makes sense.
sort of freaky imagery.
I was
imagery.
That was, oh yeah, no, but it was the imagery we're talking about for this film to show like how ugly the Galactic Civil War was.
Like,
all that imagery was perfect for this film, and that's what we need. And now we need more of that in other films that do not follow the main. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to like another thing that might be like upsetting or at least very striking.
Oh, it was the little girl.
Yeah, they're on this planet. In the first act, there's a street battle going on,
in one of the last of the Jedi temples.
And it looks like freaking Syria.
It does.
It looks like a scene from any Middle Eastern conflict in the last 20 years. Even like the rebels there, who are said to be more extremists than the rebels we know something. What are these guys, like terrorists?
Yeah, they're not a part of the alliance.
Rebellion.
Yeah, they're not a part of the alliance. And they're actually more extreme than the alliance.
And they got scarves wrapped around their faces. So it's like, ooh, okay. But during the battle, like, so there's that. But there's also once again this big intense battle going on. and there is a little girl standing in the middle. And of course, this is where our main character, played by Felicity Jones, rushes out and saves the girl, because this movie probably would have gotten an R rating if the girl got shot.
I thought that was going to happen for a second.
I was like,
it would have been. That was very unsettling.
Yeah.
Because it's a kid.
We've seen so many pictures of like little boys and girls.
We've seen actual war.
Just this year, the Syrian conflict. Just like seeing those. Yeah, we've seen tons of pictures of little kids in war-torn countries. It's like, it was like that. And they got that in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a little upsetting to look at. It's like, where's her mama? Mama eventually shows up, thank God.
Yeah, but I mean, there's dust flying everywhere. I mean, you see blaster shots, and all this confusion, and this poor kid is just standing there crying in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
And that's what actually is happening.
And you're not telling yourself anymore, oh, it's okay, they can't aim.
Kill the kid.
No, that stormtroopers can't aim.
In this movie, the stormtroopers make almost every single shot. Like maybe
stormtroopers except for like
a couple. Like it's like 75% of the
like
shot.
Our main characters.
Yeah.
But any like other extra, they're getting mowed down by stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Or the stormtroopers getting mowed. It's a fair fight, but stormtroopers can aim here.
A lot of people.
Darth Vader just has the sucky stormtroopers.
Yeah. That's the thing in this film, in the battles, in the third act of the final battle, a lot of people die on both sides. A lot of people are gunned down. And the AT-ATs that are on the beach, that was freaky because they're swarming. There's almost like 10 of them.
The way you see the first AT-AT
walk out of the smoke
is how you know this guy was directed by Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla. Just smoke in the air, and then there's the head.
And then you hear the footsteps. But then also you remember how badass AT-ATs are and how destructive they are and how you can't destroy them with a single rocket. Like, they're AT-ATs. Like, you run. You don't do anything else but run.
Yeah.
It's not an ATST. It's an AT-AT.
I like that one. The hit on the cannon.
In the trailer, yeah. And it just turns. Oh, yeah, that was great. So, overall,
this is great.
Definitely, like, 4 stars.
This is
This is good. This is the movie to see.
This is a really good Star Wars
and this will
movie.
be in theaters for a while. This is so good. This is going to be in theaters for a long time. So keep seeing it. Keep re-seeing it.
Go see it. Take your grandmother to see it.
Honestly,
I'm less excited for episode 8 now, just because I feel like
it's not going to be as good as this.
I don't know. Like I don't.
It could.
Depending on what they go with 8, but this one,
because like this is the one that top, even though this is supposed to be their smaller film.
Yeah, this is, and the thing is, I want to say this will be a classic, but it really does. It is based on if you've seen at least the original trilogy, and then the prequels. It is like to get all the stuff.
It probably will still get overshadowed by that, except the people. I don't know. It's like. I'm just trying to think how film history will look at this, and they'll just look at this like another Star Wars film that happened to be really
think,
good.
If anything, I hope they say what I was saying and what we've been talking about is this is fan service done right. This is how you do it, and this is what could happen though if you give a fan film this kind of budget, because not all fan-made films are bad.
Like a fan, okay.
Like a lot of them do have.
No. But like you know, some of the stuff they do on YouTube that are actually pretty good.
It would be a fan that understands the substance of the thing that they're fanning about,
as well to actually how to
create because those are the good fan films, like the one that understands that the material they're adapting for fun enough to where they can add something new to it,
and
they're not just simply trying to imitate
something
to test their skills or whatever.
No, this shows though, honestly, that start looking at more fan films. Yes, a lot of them are crap, but there's those one little gem, and this is to me, I see it as this is the fan film that got the budget, and it got the fan service that all Star Wars fans wanted. Yeah. This is what we've been talking about since A New Hope came out, when it first came out.
Yeah.
How did they get the plans? And we saw it, and it's like, oh my, it took forever to see it. But we got it. Someone's idea of like, hey, I think this is how they got it. Yeah. And it was beautiful.
I'm thinking like, if you watch this and then watch New Hope, it's probably gonna be a bit jarring.
Yeah.
Because A New Hope, as my dad said when he first watched it, it's just lighthearted fun. it's just, it's fun, it's joyful, it's all that.
Good guys win, yeah.
Good guys versus bad guys. But you watch this before,
and it's like,
it's gonna be so weird.
It kind of how you feel.
It's not gonna. You're gonna feel gypped.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, it's
if you watch New Hope after this.
Well, at the same time, though, you could watch this one and let it make you feel kind of sad and horrible about the war, and then you watch New Hope, and all of a sudden you're like, "Yay! Okay."
You watch Revenge of the Sith, and you're like, "I feel awful," and then you watch this movie, you're like,
"Oh." And
that's just profound. And then you watch Star Wars, like.
And then you go to Empire and you're just back to it.
Oh, Jedi. Oh, that Jedi thing was important.
Oh, hey, look, teddy bears.
Right. God.
Oh, yeah, then after that, hey, oh, look, teddy bears. We're going to take 10 minutes of your time to talk about teddy bears.
This film, even though, yes, in Return of the Jedi, it was basically, the same plans we got again. This makes me want to see, all right, how did they get the second Death Star plans? Because, as Mon Mothma says in Return of the Jedi, many Bothans died.
Oh, yeah, just a movie called The Bothans.
Yeah, this makes
Star Wars,
this makes me go like, you know what? You gave us the first one, give us number 2 now. Just do it.
They title it Rogue 2, and everyone's going to think it's a sequel.
But no.
No, it's like, no, they call the mission Rogue 2 as, like, a respect thing.
Oh, it's like a calling thing? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because remember Rogue One? Remember how they got
No, but Rogue 2 is an actual character, though. He's in Hoth. He's in one of the little snow speeders. Rogue 2 is an actual person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like Rogue I.
They could say
Rogue 2 Prime.
They could say if they're gonna do it out of respect, they could say the character's name project, like the operation, or like the ISO
Stardust.
project. No, not Stardust, but like
the Urso Project or something?
Yeah, like that. Or the Operation.
Operation Star Wars Operation Urso.
Yeah, because this film makes me like, you know what? If you can do it with the first one,
get the same director to do it too.
You got to do the second one now in a sense of like show us that, because the second one they made it sound worse than the first one. Because the second one, she's like, many Bothans died. It was like a massacre. So let's see the second one.
Yeah, it had to be a massacre worse than this.
Yeah.
Because it's a big fucking battle to get those plans. No one had a speech saying, many valiant rebels lost their lives in that battle to get the Death Star plans back.
No one cared. That's like no one cared in New Hope. No one cared.
We're too busy. We're trying to get things set up.
And now the second Death Star, it's like, you thought that was just depressing. Look at this little onslaught.
Maybe like.
So then, how do we watch these movies now? What order?
Oh, you always start with the original trilogy first.
You watch the original trilogy.
Then you do the prequels, and then you get through the whole Clone Wars stuff. You just get through the TV series, the micro series, and the movie. You just get through it. You do Rebels, then you do this, and then Episode 7 wherever you want, because I don't care.
Or you can just
actually Episode 7's after Episode 3. You do the original trilogy, prequels. Prequels.
Yeah, you see,
no. This
is important.
You do the trilogy, original trilogy, 4 through 6. You didn't do 1 through 3. You get through the Clone Wars micro series, the Clone Wars movie, and then the Clone Wars TV show. You do Episode 7. You go back to Rebels, and while you're watching Rebels, Rogue One.
But Tom, what books do I read in between?
It's it's called.
No,
not allowed.
I
would say it's not fair to include the TV shows. That's just your own time.
At least some micro series though.
But
anyway, but as movie wise,
4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, if you didn't have as much preparation, like let's say you didn't have all this Star Wars knowledge, you were just a person who for some reason has never seen Star Wars or anything of the sort, and you saw this movie, would you enjoy it?
I think so to a degree, because even though you've never seen the films,
I say you could enjoy this more than Fantastic
You're gonna know people to talk to them where they can fill you in slightly before, but not where you need to see it. I don't think seeing this as your first introduction, you'll get the full enjoyment as, like I said, this is a fan service film. So I say at least the saga.
I think you do need to see the saga first, because that's like the real heart.
To feel it, because...
And this is just an extension. It's a really good extension and a good movie.
Because it does the nostalgia of, hey, We all know Vader like was just a brick shithouse, but we're gonna show you what he can actually do to people. And it's like, oh my god, this was really intense and freaky. While we're bringing back the droids, Jimmy Smits, Mon Mothma, references to Obi-Wan and how the one flaw on the Death Star and this is why there was a flaw, because everyone thought like, why?
Everyone made jokes about that and thought that was just
something for the plot, just for the plot.
Like a plot hole, like simply, why did they leave that open? The Empire must be stupid.
And now we know.
And now they have an excuse.
So honestly, I say
they have a good excuse for that.
So to really enjoy this film, at minimum, just the saga, so you can really feel it and you can get a lot more lore out of it. Because this movie is heavy in lore. Rogue One is so heavy in lore. That's the reason we're done.
Is it working?
Huh? Oh, it's like, all right, Lena. It's like 15.
All right, ready? All right, so.
All right, we had to do a second file.
There we go.
There we go.
What were you saying, Travis?
We're still talking about the
lore. I said like
lore and world building. Lore and world building. This movie was intense and was very involved.
So final thoughts from here at combo number 2. Just go see it.
Yeah,
just go see it. That's it. Pay a ticket, and if you just watch the saga, watch this movie, watch it again,
and go enjoy it.
Yeah,
just enjoy it.
Yeah,
because
it's awesome.
If you're one of those people that didn't like Force Awakens, don't worry.
You will love this one.
And any format doesn't matter. Format doesn't matter. Really.
Oh yeah,
format doesn't matter.
3D, IMAX, whatever.
I bet IMAX 3D looks great.
But
we saw it
this
fine.
was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and we saw it in regular 2D format. So just any format will do.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about the money or anything. Any format, just take people and go see it, and you're going to be talking about this right afterwards. After the film, you're going to have a conversation about everything this movie does. So, once again, I'm Tom Flores.
I'm Travis Baker.
I'm Denise Cabral.
Thanks for joining us. Catch you on the next time. Bye.
Bye.